Hi everyone, welcome to my channel Crochet for Baby. Thank you for watching and thank you for subscribing. In today's tutorial, I'm going to show you how to make this hat for little girls between 4 and 5 years old. I used the raspberry crochet stitch to make this hat. It's a very easy stitch. Now, I made my hat using a 5mm crochet hook and a bulky number 5 yarn. According to the label, it's bulky number 5, but I think it's more like a medium number 4 yarn. I compared it with all my other yarn that are medium number 4, and it's exactly the same. So I'd say that you can use medium number 4 yarn. Now you can also make this hat smaller for little girls between 3 and 4 years old and bigger for little girls between 5 and 6 years old. Down here in the information box, I'll leave you that information. It's just a matter of changing your hook size and using medium number 4 yarn. Okay, so I hope you like it, and without further ado, let's get started, and thank you for watching. Okay, to begin, I'll be using this 5mm crochet hook, and today I'm using this bulky number 5 yarn. Now this yarn here says it's a bulky number 5, but I think it's more like a medium number 4 yarn. I'll leave the link to this yarn down here in the information box, but you can use any medium number 4 yarn. Okay, so to begin, I have 52 chains. This chain here measures 45 centimeters, which is about 18 inches. Okay, so the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to make sure that our chain is not twisted, because we're going to join to the first chain to form a circle. So insert your hook into the first chain. This is the front of the chain. Now make a slip stitch. Okay, now we're joined and our chain is not twisted. Okay, so now for the first row, we're going to chain 1, and into the same stitch where we did the slip stitch, I'm going to make a half double crochet. So yarn over, insert your hook, grab a loop, 3 loops on the hook, close. Yarn over again, insert your hook into the next chain, grab a loop, 3 loops on the hook, close. Yarn over, insert your hook into the next chain, grab a loop, 3 loops on the hook, close. This is all we're going to do into each one of the chains, so continue like this, and I'll meet you here at the end to show you what we need to do next. Okay, I'm here at the end of this first row. I have a total of 52 half double crochets. Now to finish, we have this chain here to the side, so we're going to insert our hook there, grab a loop, and make a slip stitch. And this is how we're going to finish this first row. Now for row 2, we're going to chain 1, and we're going to make half double crochets, but our half double crochets are going to go into these loops that are on the very edge on this side. See, we have this loop, this loop, this loop, this loop. Each one of these loops is 1 half double crochet. Now we're going to begin here into the very same stitch where we just did the slip stitch. So yarn over, insert your hook into that stitch right there, grab a loop, 3 loops on the hook, close. Again, yarn over, insert your hook, grab a loop, 3 loops, close. Now this is all we're going to do for this second row. At the end of this second row, we're also going to have 52 half double crochets. See, we're just grabbing 1 loop, and in the front side, this is what it looks like. See, there's like a chain here that is forming like that. That's what we want. So continue like this for this second row, and I'll meet you here at the end to show you what we need to do next. Okay, I'm here at the end of this second row, and I have a total of 52 half double crochets. Now to finish, we're going to go here to the side of this chain space here and make a slip stitch. And this is how we finish the second row. Now here, what we're going to do is we're going to fold both sides like this. See, this is row 1 and this is row 2. So we're going to fold our brim like this. Now I'm going to pull this loop, insert my hook through this side here, right there, grab this loop, bring it through the front like this, chain 1, and then make a half double crochet into the same stitch here. So yarn over, insert your hook through both sides here, grab a loop, 3 loops in the hook, close. This is our first half double crochet. Now from here on, you're going to insert your hook through this side here, but first you're going to yarn over, insert your hook through this side and through the back, through the next stitch. through 2 of the loops. Grab a loop, 3 loops, close. One more time. Yarn over, insert your hook through this side and then through the back. Grab a loop, 3 loops, close. Now if you line them up together like this, it's easier to just insert your hook through both sides like this. See, right there, because they line up with one another, each row. See, right there. Continue like this for this row. At the end of this row, we're going to have 52 half double crochets. I'll meet you at the end of this row to show you what we need to do next, and this is what it looks like. Okay, I'm here at the end of this 3rd row and I have a total of 52 half double crochets. Now to finish, insert your hook here at the end and make a slip stitch. And this is how we finish this 3rd row, and this is what our brim of our hat looks like. Now the right side of the hat is going to be this for me. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to chain 1 and turn. Now the stitch that I'm going to use to make this hat is the raspberry stitch. So to begin, into this very first stitch that we see here to the side, we're going to go in and make a single crochet. Again, we're going to go into the same stitch and make a double crochet. And then again, we're going to go back into this stitch and make a single crochet. This is how you make the raspberry stitch. So it consists of a single crochet, a double crochet, and a single crochet into the same stitch. Now to make your next raspberry stitch, skip 1 half double crochet and into the next, go in and make a single crochet, make a double crochet into the same stitch, and a single crochet. Here's our second raspberry stitch. Now again, skip 1 half double crochet and into the next, make a single crochet, a double crochet, and single crochet into the same stitch. And our raspberry stitch are forming on the other side. See, there's the little bumps. So that's why we decided to, well, I decided to keep this as my right side. See? So now you're just going to continue like this all around. I'll meet you here at the end to show you what we need to do next. Okay, I'm here at the end of this first row and I have a total of 26 raspberry stitches. Now from here on, we're always going to have 26 raspberry stitches for every row. So make sure that you count your stitches, especially at the beginning of every row, to make sure that you're not increasing and making your hat wider. Okay, so here to finish. Now we're going to insert our hook here on top of this first stitch right there. Grab a loop. I have 2 loops on the hook. Now insert your hook into the 3rd stitch. See, we have 1, 2, 3. This 3rd stitch is actually the space between the 2nd and the 1st raspberry. So insert your hook there, grab a loop, 3 loops, close. Okay, now this is how we're going to start now the 2nd row. We're only going to do this like this at the beginning of this row, since once we finish the 2nd row, you'll notice that we don't have to do anything like this. It's just going to be a continuous round from here on. So here, into the same stitch here, or the same space here, I'm going to make a double crochet and a single crochet. And here's the first raspberry stitch to our 2nd row. Now I'm going to put a stitch marker right here into this first raspberry stitch for the 1st row. So right there. That's going to mark the beginning of the row. Now here I'm going to continue making raspberry stitches, and we're going to make them between each raspberry stitch. If you count your stitches, it's going to be into the 3rd stitch. So 1, 2, 3, right there. Insert your hook right here, make a single crochet, then make a double crochet, then a single crochet into the same stitch. Again, we're going to go between each raspberry, 1, 2, 3, right there, make a single crochet, double crochet, single crochet. This is all we're going to do all around I'll meet you here at the end to show you what we need to do next. Okay, I'm here at the end of this second row. Up to here I have 25 raspberry stitches. Now I need to make one more for this row, so we're going to go here. If you notice, there's a space there, so into this space between this first raspberry stitch from the second row and this last, right there, right in the middle, make your single crochet, then a double crochet, then a single crochet. And this is how we finish the second row. Now for the third row, we're going to count 1, 2, 3 into the space between each raspberry stitch. Insert your hook and make a single crochet, a double crochet, and a single crochet. Now again, jump to the next space. If you're counting stitches, it's the third one. 1, 2, 3. Insert your hook there, make a single crochet, double crochet, single crochet. Now from here on, it's the same thing. We're going to repeat. So continue like this, and I'll meet you here at the end to show you what we need to do next. Now, one thing before I finish this row, if you notice, my yarn is changing color. I'm not doing it. It's just the yarn that I'm using. It's this one here. It's Premier yarn. So that's why you notice the change in color. Okay, so now continue, and I'll meet you here at the end to show you what we need to do next. Okay, I'm here at the end, and from here on we're just going to continue in a continuous round doing the same thing. A single crochet, a double crochet, and a single crochet between each raspberry stitch. And if you're counting your stitches, it's into the third stitch right here. Single crochet, double crochet, single crochet. Okay, so continue like this until it measures about 6 inches, which is about 15 centimeters. I think it's going to be about 13 rows. Continue like this, and I'll meet you at the end of the 13th row to show you what we need to do next. Okay, I made a total of 13 rows, so I counted this first row up to this last row here. It's 13 rows, and it measures, let's see, it's close to 6 inches, which is about 15 centimeters. Okay, so now what we're going to do is using a 4mm crochet hook here, we're going to make a couple rows using this hook. Now this is going to start to shape the crown because it's going to reduce the top a little since we're using a smaller hook. Now with the yarn that I'm using, I am able to use the 4mm crochet hook and do this next part just like I would with a bigger hook. Now if you're having a hard time, then try using a 4.5mm crochet hook instead. This is really just to reduce this part a little by making the stitches a bit smaller. So this is all I'm going to do all around. One thing here, we're going to put a stitch marker right here into this very first stitch right there. This is so that I know that this is the beginning of the row using this hook. So I recommend that you put a stitch marker right there. Okay, so continue like this. We're going to do this for about 3 rows. So I'll meet you at the end of the 3rd row to show you what we need to do next. Okay, I'm here at the end of the 6th row. I know I told you to only make 3 rows, but I decided to add 3 more rows. Now it's measuring, let's see, from this last row down here, it measures, let's see, it's about 18 centimeters or 18.5 centimeters, which is about 7.25 inch. Okay, now here, what we're going to do is we're going to make single crochets into the spaces where we would make the raspberry stitch, but now we're only going to make a single crochet. This is going to now reduce the crown a bit further. So just continue like this all around making single crochets. I will meet you here at the end to show you what we need to do next. Okay, I'm here at the end of this row of single crochets. Up to here I have 25 single crochets. Now what we're going to do here is I'm going to make 1, 2 single crochets, and into the next we're going to work a stitch reduction. So insert your hook, grab a loop, insert your hook into the next single crochet, grab a loop, 3 loops, close. Okay, so again we're going to repeat single crochet, single crochet, and into the next 2, insert your hook, grab a loop, insert your hook into the next, grab a loop, 3 loops on the hook, close. Continue like this all around. I'll meet you here at the end to show you what we need to do next. Okay, I'm here at the end. This is where the second row starts. So I'm going to go into this stitch here and make a single crochet into the next, and then work a stitch reduction here. Okay, and this is all we're going to do now here. I'm going to pull this loop, tie my yarn like this, and this is how we finish this part here. I cut my yarn and I left a pretty long tail. Now we're going to weave this yarn around this hole here so that we can close this hole and finish our hat. So here I'm just going to pass this yarn through this needle, and we're going to go around. I'm going to skip one single crochet and into the next, insert my needle, skip one and into the next. I'm going to do this all around. Skip one and into the next, skip one and into the next, skip one and into the next, insert your needle, skip one and into the next, skip one, and this part here is done. Now what we're going to do is, this is the wrong side, so pull your yarn and close. Okay, now with this loop that we left, I can now tie my yarn here like this. I'm going to remove the stitch marker. I'm going to turn this to the right side. That's what the top looks like right there. I think I'm going to add a pom-pom to my hat, but it's all done. This is what it looks like. And there it is. Here's our raspberry stitch crochet hat. I love the stitch and I love the yarn. I think it's beautiful. And that's the top. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and add a pom-pom, so I'll leave you pictures at the end of the video so that you can see what it looks like. So here's our finished hat. Okay, so this has been today's tutorial. I hope you like it. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time.